In this video blog, Sandwell Visually Impaired Group Chair Tony Averis talks about digital experience for the visually impaired and suggestions on the kind of support people need in Sandwell.
My name's Tony Averis. I'm chair of Sandwell Visually Impaired, been so for about the last 8 years now. The difficulties we have now with being digitally inclusive is these bridging the gap with the development of software and built-in software, such as on the iPhone with VoiceOver, and the new technology and ways of communication that come through, like Facebook, Twitter, that kind of thing. I think the difficulty of the majority of that is actually the setting up of the accounts in the first place, because I've tried to set up Twitter and I've not gave up. I'm thinking we need some kind of sighted support to help us to use the VoiceOver or the Android TalkBack, I think it's called, the gestures that use those software, but from a sighted point of view, but to help us to picture the application or the website in our minds, and we can access that in our way, and where we can learn from that and take that forward.
How could iSandwell offer digital support to visually impaired people in the region?
People have got iPhones. I'm trying to set up, well, I will be setting up in the new year a peer group of mobile devices, so it'll encompass phones and tablets as well, and how we can utilise the knowledge that we have as a pool. And what I don't want to find out is at the end is everybody knows the same as everybody else. I wanted to develop, so I would like to get in some guest speakers on how we can make accessing the banking, for example, and how secure we need to be, not to use public access Wi-Fi spots and use the secure Wi-Fi spots, and to give people probably security of than the knowledge that they can do things safely. So I use the Barclaycard app. It's simple, it's easy to use, it's accessible. My Barclaycard's not that accessible, but I can make payments when I need to, and it shows all my transaction history, and I can go back. So, that's simple for me. So I need to set the Barclays app, my banking app, and I think once you've got a few people showing the way, that this is okay, and I've still got money in the bank, since I haven't been robbed. So it's that kind of development, and get speakers in from other aspects as well.
What are your experiences in regards to using digital as a visually impaired person in Sandwell?
Sure. I mean, the software that I use is called JAWS, and it's about £600 to buy. And then when Microsoft been getting new software like the Edge, JAWS isn't accessible anymore, so we have to find other browsers to use. So, but JAWS will become accessible with Edge, but on release 18. So then you've got to go and buy either an upgrade software license for it, or you use another browser. So we're digitally excluded in that respect, is because it's not affordable to keep changing all the time. There is free software out there, but a lot of people that I know don't use it, because they've learned with JAWS 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and it's hard to get someone off that toolbox onto something else. I mean, friends say to me, get a Mac, it's got VoiceOver on it and a series on it and stuff. I'm going, yeah, but it's a right pain to do a Word document that you can share with your peers who work on PCs. Some will do like a collective energy supplier, and as long as they get enough people on board, they can get reduced delivery costs. So something like that for broadband in Sandwell would be good. Yeah. Because people may want to do their personal banking on their own broadband connection at home and not in a public library.
Yeah.
From a vision impaired perspective, I wouldn't sit in a library with a phone in my hand, using it, and not knowing who's over my shoulder,
Yeah.
let alone somebody picking it out of my hand and walking off with it, because I ain't going to see where it's gone. So, you know, it needs to be in a safe environment for our members.
Yeah.
So we have set up our own Wi-Fi hotspot now. It's a secure network, but we're also picking up on the Sandwell NBC public network, which is not secure.
Right.
So we would need to make sure that, you know, when we're doing stuff, that they're actually on the right network and not just picking up the free one, because it's, you know, it's open, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So again, it's about that digital security. So, but you can get. A friend of mine's got a Tesco huddle.
Yeah.
He's lent it me. It's 120 quid, and it can get me around. Sometimes Android stuff will get me where iOS can't. You know, like say the ITV Hub, for example. There's already a description on the ITV Hub, but there's no iOS version.